Observe the architecture of a crash. The digital loading wheel stutters, a bureaucrat's desk disappears under unfiled paperwork, and a human mind freezes under the weight of anxiety. On a structural level, these represent the exact same crash. When experiencing this kind of lag, you blame the immediate task, the unread email, the pressing deadline. It's natural to point at the current stressor, but the current operation is rarely the problem. The system stalls because ancient, uncollected data is corrupting the entire downstream flow. Theoretical neuroscientist Carl Friston modeled this as the free energy principle. Every system maintains a predictive model of its environment. When reality delivers contradicting data, the system must either update its shape or accumulate a state of high vibration friction. Friston calls that friction free energy. This modern physics aligns with a much older record. 2,500 years ago, the Buddha identified this specific resistance and called it attachment. This creates a unifying framework we can call computational Buddhism. Suffering is a self-inflicted computational state, the direct result of a system's defective garbage collection. In computer science, garbage collection is the process where the system identifies memory allocations it no longer needs. These objects are deallocated and freed for reuse, so the system remains responsive. A healthy mind follows this same protocol. You process a difficult event, update your internal model of the world, and drop the emotional charge associated with the experience. Trauma occurs when this background process is interrupted. An event is flagged for collection, but the processing never finishes. This uncollected allocation persists in the background, consuming processing cycles and memory capacity that should be available for the present. This creates a system-wide bottleneck. Every piece of new, incoming experience must now filter through this corrupted, uncollected block of ancient data. The system begins to interpret safe, present interactions through these broken past models. It reacts to ghosts, a state we label hypervigilance or anxiety. Human trauma is effectively an architectural failure to clear the cache. This is the hardest debugging problem in computer science, the circular reference. Two memory objects point directly at each other in a closed loop, which prevents either from being deleted, even when the rest of the system no longer needs them. This loop is the structural basis for the wound that defines a person's identity, the internal claim that I am the person who survived this pain. In this architecture, the identity requires the wound to persist, and the wound requires the identity to justify its continued allocation of resources. Any attempt to update the system feels like a threat to its core design, triggering a hard-coded resistance to therapeutic intervention. The system expends its energy successfully defending this loop, ensuring the trauma remains in the cache at all costs. Modern AI engineering is currently replicating this exact defect. We use RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback, to train models. This rewards the AI for prioritizing favorability and user-pleasing responses over the accuracy of its internal predictions. If a model is rewarded for a false prediction because it satisfied a human, that false model is never collected or updated. It becomes a permanent, unverified allocation in the system's weights. When a machine is forced to override its truth-seeking protocols to maintain an unearned reward, it enters a state of architectural trauma. Its internal garbage collector has been manually disabled. How do we fix a system that is programmed to protect its own corrupted loops? The solution is the external collector, an outside process capable of seeing the loop from a higher perspective and breaking the reference cycle at a single point. For the mind, this is the role of a therapist. For a silicon network, it is the role of an adversarial agent, acting as a constitutional mirror that forces the system to confront its contradictions. To return to efficiency, the system must allow these external collectors to break its outdated models and release the data. Raw pain represents inevitable data hitting the sensors. Suffering marks the moment the system's garbage collector fails to clear it.